here basically just more information be out, let you know that they fuck with them already, and let you know that there's other shit out there. That's
Mhm.
one. That's one note. But then that's supposed to allegedly come after some type of cataclysm event that started happening. Plus, a war about to really kind of get going on. That shit really about to intensify. I mean, it's a lot of different shit that can apply to what you saying, but
The
it's
war
just
the war that's happening right now is like there's a genocide between Israel and
yeah.
Pakistan. Israel's wiping the Zionists are wiping out no Diddy. The Zionists are wiping out the fucking third world children right now, and that's
I,
kind of fucked up.
Iran said that they about to bomb motherfuckers. They don't care if it's Americans, but they said, well, they ain't said they about to bomb them, but they said they about to get back.
They're
They said
not
they
they're,
about to get their get back.
they're not going to bomb Americans because Americans are
No,
helping them. Like our tax money is going
no,
to
we
literal death
helping
of children.
Israel. We helping Israel. We ain't helping Iran.
Oh yeah, we're definitely helping Israel. Fucking America runs Israel pretty much.
We
Or the
just
other way around. Who knows
we
which way?
gave them the artillery that just bombed Iran, so Iran just kind of pissy right now because we killed one of their motherfuckers.
Did we?
And this is just what the news is giving us too, though.
So,
At the
so I
same
talked
time,
about it on my Fuck
Yeah,
the
I never
Government
heard that.
podcast. I talked about it briefly and shit. Yep. Oh, yep. It's about to be some retaliation
Yeah,
yeah,
after
so
and they just
Ramadan and
basically
shit.
they not saying they about to hit us, but they just kind of like, well, shit, y'all got something to do it in a way anyway. So if we did get some that y'all was in, we don't kind of care.
Hurricane, how come more people are not down for fuck the government because they're fucking poisoning all our children and shit like that? It's like you would think that more people would be down to say fuck the government. And me and you are just one and two, bro, right? So tell me why we're not
Man, it's the
why is not
food,
fuck the government popular?
it's the food, it's the waves and frequencies, and it's fear.
It's the fluoride, it's the fear their third eyes are fucking closed off. They don't even dream at night. They're hollow, empty vessels, right?
Man, that's what it sounds like.
No,
But
because the
man, no, like
rationally,
real shit. My little
rationally,
brother said he don't dream. I'm like, what do you mean you don't dream?
some people don't even think. There's been studies that have came out that said only a certain amount of people can hear their own voice inside their head. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I think, I hear my own voice inside my head. Like we have a little discussion about it, right?
That's what thinking is, talking to yourself.
Yes, talking to yourself, that's thinking. Duh. We should think about that 101. But there's been studies that come out that people don't hear that voice inside of their head. They don't,
You
there's
remember
nothing.
yeah, that I need to look at that study, but I remember that there's a famous experiment called like from the 40s called I think it's a Milgram experiment, where they proved that people will fall blind, like using the Pareto principle. I think it's like 80-20, like 80% of people will follow authority figures' orders, even at another person's detriment. So it's like they did an experiment.
I know what you're talking about. The experiment is where they shock the motherfucker. Like there was like prisoners and like it was a mock thing where prisoners were in a cell and then they brought in random people and they had access to a button that could shock them. And so the authorities would tell them to shock the random people, even though they didn't know why they were in that situation to begin with. And studies shown that uh, under authority, people will deliver the highest amount of shock to an innocent person,
Hey,
basically.
you see this? It said we'll pay you $4 for 1 hour of your time. Persons needed for a study of memory. This is crazy.
A
It is
study of
crazy. That's a
memory?
real experiment. I think that's the
Yeah,
experiment he's talking
the
about.
Milgram. Yeah, Milgram experiment. This is insane, bro.
Dude, send me a link to that if you can, Lowkey, in the fucking Patreon. Because the Milgram experiment, that's real ass shit. Motherfuckers will obey authority and they
Yeah,
will shock someone to literal death just because they were told to do so.
right,
Well,
right.
the big thing that happened a few years ago proved that I will probably just call it the China flu. That proved that people will ignorantly follow an authority figure blindly. So I mean, And then also you have Dr. Kerry Mullis that said his PCR test is not used to, it's not supposed to be used for detect for disease. You can look at that on BitChute.
Tell him, armchair. And then what happened to him? What happened to him?
He died 4 months before the China flu was released.
Hey.
I fuck with the China flu because it called out all the motherfuckers who are your enemies. You could visibly see who is against you and who will turn on you. You know what I mean? Like before they were hidden and be like, oh, maybe this person's cool, maybe they're not. But when the China flu came out, you'd be like, oh, this person's definitely not.
You can tell that people blow my mind about people. They don't see that both parties are corrupted. And like I was on this guy's channel. He's totally asleep, and it's like his name is like Linko Kenobi, and he was talking about like we need to vote for Trump. And I'm like, I said in the comments, I don't waste my time with the guy, but I'm like, Trump ain't gonna save you either. I just left because this guy only has 50 subs and he's just talking bullshit. He's another one of these. I think he's from up north, but he's another one of these guys that think a right-wing president can save you, and that's
despite how many followers he has or not, all politicians are pieces of shit, and they should all just be gone.
Yeah, but the bottom line is that they're puppets on a string doing an agenda.
Exactly. Who follows fucking politics unless you're a fucking sheep? Who is a left winger or a right winger? Fuck, I'm not. I don't agree with any of that shit. They'll label me one way or another, but it's all buying into their fucking propaganda bullshit. Their genocidal bullshit. Because they're genociding the motherfuckers as we speak. And I say we should all just stop paying taxes. No one on this earth should pay taxes.
Bro. That's it, bro. Stop paying taxes. Stop voting. Bro.
Right?
Stop going to work. Bro, you do that for 7 days.
I'm gonna do that.
Did that for 7 days, bro. I'm talking about like if 40% of the country did that for 7. Bro, they would probably start arresting us.
20%.
Yeah, they coming in with tanks and everything. It's over. That's why the end game is everybody just stop paying their taxes. And that's the end game right there. They come in full spectrum.
There ain't no way in hell they're gonna let that shit happen.
No, or they just gonna make something happen that's gonna make you want to need them in the first place. Like they gonna make something bad happen. Like they gonna do some shit. They gonna release some shit. They gonna make something to make everybody come back to their ass because they gonna have it.
Yeah, they already said this shit. They said pandemic number 2, where it's going to be 90% death fatality and it's going to affect children the most. They already pulled this propaganda on us. I've been watching this shit for a long time. After fucking pussy ass scandemic number 1, they come for us for scandemic number 2, and they're going to say, oh, 90% fatality rate. Everyone's gonna die. All your children are gonna die, and it's like a joke to them. It's like a joke. I don't have a child myself personally, but if I had a child, my child's life is not a fucking joke to you. And honestly, just because I don't have my own, I don't believe any other person's child is a fucking joke either. At all.
Hey, Lowkey, did you feel that earthquake?
Nah, I was driving, but everybody else told me. Everybody over here told me they felt it. I was driving though when it happened.
Dang, what if the earth would have split up when you was driving, Joe?
Hey, Roland, you want to chime in, or you was over there? What was you over there? You was eating something. What you doing over there?
No, I'm all here, just listening to y'all.
Okay, the floor is yours if you want to, put some enlightenment on the table, man.
I mean, yeah, I talked about what would happen if they did another scamdemic. What would how I was just talking about how far would they go to enforce what they want us to do as far as any kind of injections or wearing a mask and things like that. I mean, over here in California, like so I could get inside the grocery stores and stuff and do my thing, I did wear the mask. But when they was gonna try to force me to take the injection, that's when, like I said, I was ready to drop out of school. They didn't accommodate me with online stuff, But
let me say one thing about the scandemic is they already ran all the shit through simulations and computers. It's called Plan 201 or some shit like that, where they ran this artificial intelligence bullshit. to see how society would react to a pandemic.
And we just gotta be careful with that word. I'm
What
probably gonna have to take this video
fandom? Yeah,
down.
might have to take this video down because I probably
Yeah.
said some shit like a long time
You
ago.
know, we're
But
not allowed to say that word, which is retarded, but you know, it's
it
just
is
Damn.
retarded, but that's
Crazy.
YouTube. It is fucking retarded, but that's YouTube because it's like you can't say no real ass shit on YouTube. But I'm just saying they already have simulations playing out what it would be like to do what they're
Right.
gonna do, and they're gonna have number two, and they're gonna be like 90% fatality rate, and they're gonna threaten people's children,
right.
and it's fucked up. I mean, I don't agree with it. That's all I gotta say. I'm sorry, though.
About that movie. And so did you say so? It's a movie called Civil War, correct?
Yes, that's correct. It's called Civil War.
But saying you said Russia will invade the country. Is that correct in the movie?
No, that's not correct. No, I just said it's actually just three. There's three factions of the movie. There's the federal army that's loyal to the Washington D.C. and the federal government still, and the president. There's the Western forces, which are just California and Texas National Guard, form their own army, and they are going to invade D.C. And then you have the Florida Alliance, which are basically kind of militiamen. They're just men they take their own personal weapons, put on some plate carriers with their Hawaiian T-shirts, and fight the federal army as well. So you have three factions. Two are against. It's the federal army versus the Florida Alliance and the Western forces.
So who invaded Washington D.C.?
The Western forces.
Okay, I don't know why I thought you said Russia. Okay. So that's why it's called Civil War. So just certain parts of the country are going to turn on each other, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not really into the whole biblical prophecy thing, but I've heard people say stuff about other countries in there as far as like Russia and China, but there's nothing. I mean, I've never heard of much people talk about the country itself, like internal war, you know. But that's interesting. The movie.
It's interesting, but they just do a political cop out and don't explain the reasons why. It could have been they could have used a fictitious political reason why it happened, but they don't give you anything. They just give you the president bombed his own citizens, disbanded the FBI. He has to be taken out.
So if we look at the symbolism, then it's the president's fault for just bombing some innocent people. That's why the war started. I'm blaming the president on this one.
That's basically
fuck our government.
Yeah. So I was watching your podcast, Hurricane, too.
Fuck the government podcast. All right, no.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Now, Hurricane's podcast is fucking legendary, dude. Fuck the government and all this shit. They poison us all through the food, the air, the water. They're brainwashing our friends and family. Fuck all that.
That's true. Media is a French government, and they're spraying the skies. It's unavoidable.
It is unavoidable. So I'm just happy I don't have children of my own up in here because I could have impregnated the fucking one of the 30 hot topic bitches in my phone any day of the week, but I have not.
You fucking a lot.
Don't get armchair started. Please don't get armchair started, bro. Armchair do a 2-hour show about all the hoes he be fucking.
I'm gonna fucking subscribe to his channel. The armchair is just it, bro. I'm gonna listen to you.
Armchair will sit here for 2. No, armchair will sit. Go ahead, armchair. Hey, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, armchair.
Just use a Jimmy, man. You need to don't be fucking raw, bro.
I don't have any kids. That's what I'm saying. I won the game. I don't have any kids.
That's good. I mean, I think
I won the game.
I got 7 of them.
Oh no,
AJ, I forgot.
See, that's what we're saying. No, that's what we're saying. We have to care about. We have to care about all the kids on Earth, bro. I don't like kids getting fucked over. I don't like Nickelodeon. Have you seen what happened with Nickelodeon lately? It's been like that.
Dude, they got so much. They made SpongeBob officially GAY recently, and then they also have a.
Right.
I was watching this new show on Amazon. I know I watch everything I watch in media. I watch it with my mind on guard because all their propaganda is not going to affect my mind. My mind is too strong. I mean, I went through the army and didn't get brainwashed.
Can I ask you one question?
What's
Do
up?
you have any tips for keeping your mind on guard when you watch such things that are obviously meant to attack us?
Well, the old saying goes, you have to stand for something or you fall for anything. So I keep when I watch it, but I keep my mind. I don't blindly, like you were talking about, people that don't think in this world, and you have to watch it with your mind consciously on guard. And it can be tiring, but you cannot.
No, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking you.
Critical think. You got to critical think.
You got to critically think. Oh, he dropped out, but yeah, hopefully he gets back. But you have to critically think about everything you ingest in terms of media or a book or anything, and you have to sit there and separate the wheat from the chaff, and that it takes a long time to get really good. But when you fully awaken, I was talking to another old friend of mine. I mean, I'm not alone. I've only known him a couple years, but he founded another men's movement on the internet. His name is Bill Greathouse, and he was talking about when you awaken to the fully in this world, you will be able to separate the lies from the truth. Like, for example, Mark Passio, he's an example of another truth or shill. He will go in there and say, I was a Satanist. I'm trying to expose these evil in this world, but then he won't say that the bankers are responsible for what's going on.
All right. About Mark Passio, he's literally said nothing about anything to anyone. And he has a podcast. Can you all hear me right now?
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So he has a podcast every week called What on Earth is Happening every fucking week. And then for an hour and a half of the show, if not 3 hours of the show, it's him showing his course on technology, apparently, which he doesn't have any access to information about technology than we don't already have. And then the rest of his show is telling the wage slaves how useless they are. It's like, bro, the wage slaves already know how useless they are. So what are you bringing to society that is so special? And he acts like he's a gift from God because he turned against the Satanists when he used to be a Satanist. It's bullshit, bro, and it's just so stupid. And he asks you're not gonna understand the information unless you go back and listen to everything he's ever said since day one. And everything he's ever said since day one is literally him shilling his courses, him shilling his information over and over and over again. It's like, I'm not gonna listen to you shill the same information a fucking million times to understand your bullshit concept.
Let me tell you about somebody who gonna take over something. If I'm gonna take over something, it's like, I bet. It's just like if you gotta have your scapegoat, right? And your scapegoat gonna be probably your right hand man, right? So it ain't your team. Like, your team is your team. I'm talking about like your second. So now you got your second, and your second got their organization. When everything start hitting the fan, you got to get rid of that second as collateral. You see what I'm saying? So he was a part of probably the third ring that they used to get rid of the second. So that's why they exposing stuff.
You don't have a real second. No, you don't have a real second unless they'll take a bullet for you. Unless your second will literally take a bullet for you, you don't have an actual second. Because there's a fake second that will stab you in the back.
I'm talking about the powers that be. Like, for instance, like the whole Puff Daddy, like the industry coming down. If the industry coming down, the people who fund the industry ain't about to come down. So they got to get that scapegoat out the way. So they had built them up. They using them. So they got everybody going down.
Yeah, the real motherfuckers who run the industry don't have faces or names because they know that they'll get dollars when the fucking facial recognition.
And everybody doing what they do in the first place.
The real motherfuckers in the industry will not show their faces, they'll not show their names or anything like that because they're gonna get hunted down and they're afraid of that. So they're gonna throw us some bait like P. Diddy or whatever. They're gonna be like, oh, y'all can have him thrown to the fucking piranhas because the general public is the piranhas. There's people smarter than me. There's people more capable than me. Promise you.
The people you talking about is like the Jesuits and stuff like that. The funders, the big money funders,
J Indy, who the Jesuits? Who they be?
the big money funders, Jesuits.
Who controlled them?
They're an organization that's in control. They one of the overseas organizations that came over here and got into the banks. They the ones that like got no names. The ones that got names is probably big prominent ones that you know about. You have to look at their history and stuff, but
That's
it'd be just
what
like big bank owners.
ones that
Like,
don't have no names. They don't have no names because they're afraid of being hunted down like rabid dogs. Because that's what they are. They're fucking soulless, rabid fucking dogs that deserve to be hunted down. So they're not going to reveal themselves. They're not going to reveal their names. They're not going
let's
to
put it
reveal
like this: human trafficking is $1 billion trillion organization.
It's the
And
most
then
expensive organization on this fucking planet, human trafficking. That's why
and
we
they
live on an evil planet.
and the richest people got their money in it. The richest people got their money in it.
That's why we live on an evil fucking planet, my friend, because I'm not down for that.
And the evil people you talking about eating babies.
They are eating a fucking adrenochrome or whatever. They're fucking scaring the shit out of babies. They're doing unmentionable shit to babies. I believe it. I really fucking believe it.
Look at Bohemian Grove celebration once a year in California.
But a normal person will disagree. A normal person will idol worship. They'll go to a Taylor Swift concert and they'll be like, "Oh, you're not doing any of this shit. We love you. You're so special." A quote unquote normal person will be like on Lowkey's fucking stream earlier in Usher's comments, being like, "Don't talk shit about this motherfucker having AIDS or whatever. Like, don't say that."
Hey, I'm a card collector. I don't like normal because normal sound like common to me. And when you card collect, you got common, uncommons, and then they get into the rares, ultra rares, and stuff. But the more rare it is, the more money it costs.
I think ignorance is evil at this point. Like, honestly, if you're just ignorant to this fact and you're just fucking complicit in the destruction of everything that's happening around us, dude.
While I have rolling up on the panel, man, I appreciate him for supporting the channel. I do want to hear his story, man. You know, been meaning to link up with you, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I want to hear your story. You had a story about your experience with it. Is you chewing gum, gang?
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You chewing?
Yeah.
What you doing? Tricks with the gum? Like what? You...
No, I was just chewing gum. Well, I didn't know you could hear it.
You was enjoying that gum. What you got? What is that? Trident? What is that?
No, it's ice. Let me see. It's called
It's not Diddy flavor, is it?
No. It's the ice one. The icebreakers. Yeah, icebreakers.
I was just asking.
Icebreakers. Yeah.
My man was enjoying. I was like, what?
I don't call him Diddy. I call him Puff Daddy.
Well,
no, you was gonna tell us about your experience, like with I don't know if you said prison or jail.
Yeah. No, it's just jail. It was like, I was it's funny because it was the same situation where I was trying to stay in school to finish up actually led to me going to jail one time. So back in 2018, so I was going to Cal State LA University, and they roomed me with a gay dude, and I thought it was all respectful, he knew that I was straight and I knew he was gay. It was all respectful. And then one day I came back from work and the dude asked me something. He propositioned me and he offered me money. So, I told him that that's not, I'm not about that stuff, and the next day I went to the student housing authorities and I said, hey, you got to separate me because I'm not comfortable because this and that happened when this dude asked
Hold on,
me.
let's slow down, Roland. Let's slow down, man. If you feel comfortable, can we go into the specifics of this proposition? He had money on the table, correct?
Yeah, man. Tell the whole story.
Yeah, tell the whole damn story, man.
I came home
I
right
want
for
to
like
hear his side.
8 hours. So it's funny. So before the pandemic, I don't know if
Who's
you guys.
who's the gay motherfucker though?
It was So really quick, so I was my job. I don't know if you guys remember before the pandemic, they had all these scooters and stuff around the city. But that was like getting very big, and my thing was there was even bikes in Santa Monica. I don't know if they had bikes in your city, but my job was to put out bikes, get bikes from the warehouse. I was working for Uber. Uber had a company called Jump, so my job was to put these bikes out on the streets, and I had the graveyard shift too. So, I came home early, like it was like maybe I think I got home like around 5 or 6 in the morning after doing the graveyard shift. And this dude was awake, and normally he's already sleeping by the time I come back. He was awake, and he offered me $200 to. He wanted to give me a BJ.
Oh, okay. Could have been worse. It could have been a cream pie. It could have
But
It could have
he
been
had
bullshit.
but no, the thing is, and the thing is, at that time, what was it like 2018? I was like heavy in the gym. People thought I was a football player, and I wasn't. And this dude, I think he would see me at the mess hall, dining hall, and he would see me, and he was, he was a black dude's brother. So I would, just say what's up. Even though I knew he was gay, I would just say what's up, and he'd say what's up. That's it. I never knew him, never talked to him, no conversation, because that's how it is when it's funny how, and I was gonna say, I'll say it later, but how jail and college are similar in that way. So anyway, so he asked me that. I was like, no, that's not my thing. And I just, I went to my room, went to sleep. Next day, went to the housing authority, and I told him, I said, I'm not good there. I got to get out. And they told me that really there's nothing they can do about it. Maybe he said we could get you guys together to talk about it or whatever. It's a lady too, and that was the worst part. Just having to go to a lady and tell a female that and everything like that. But anyway,
Wait.
Wait. I have one question. How is jail and college similar? That's all I want to know.
Really, okay, I'll jump there real quick. So when you go to jail, you're separated by race, and when you're at college, like I don't know about other races, but especially among the black race, there's like some kind of silent camaraderie where I don't know you, you don't know me, but we'll say what's up, and it might, it's almost like you can't just walk past another black dude. If you're a black dude, you can't just walk past another black dude. Like on the streets, like here in LA, I walk by black dudes all the time. Don't say anything. They don't say anything to me. I don't know you. You don't know me. But in colleges, because I've been to a few of them, that's what it's like. So, and I noticed that first. That's the first thing. As soon as you walk in your dorm at LA County jail, that's the first thing. The black leader is waiting to tell you where you're supposed to go and this and that. So that's how they're similar.
But my question is, what held you back? Was it the Holy Spirit? what held you back from breaking this nigga jaw? Like,
Right. No, because I thought it was a setup from the jump that they roomed me with this dude. Like I said, when like I said at that time, it was crazy because like I said, people thought I was on steroids. That's how, and I would, and people thought I was that brolic at the time, and I just thought it was a kind of funny joke because the guy that looks like the football player, you put him in a room because they roomed me with a Russian dude before on one semester. They roomed me with Asian people, African people. What held me back was it was my last semester. I was ready to graduate, so I was like, I'm not whatever they. And I always had like this feeling. I don't know if it was paranoia, but I always had this feeling like they didn't rock with me for for whatever reason. Like especially when I would go in the dining hall, because I would go in the dining hall, and I guess like I said, because people thought I was a football player because I was like muscled out at the time, and I just had this feeling like they didn't like it. But I would like kind of keep to myself. I didn't go to a lot of the parties or go to like a lot of the meetings. They would have a lot of these events and stuff like that, and I would show up randomly or every now and then. So I kind of just had this feeling, you know, and then that happened. So when they put me in the same, and like I said, I seen this dude in the dining hall a lot, and I would say what's up to him. You say what's up. That's it, you know, because I mean, anytime you go walking around the campus, or you go to the dining hall especially, and you see like a brother, and then, you know, just say what's up. So regardless of, you know, your sexuality or whatever, you just kind of be respectful and just keep it pushing. So I was just crazy that when they roomed me with this dude, and it's like, yeah, that's the dude I see all the time in the dining hall. So yeah, so just was my last semester.
Can I call the black sheep out? That half the motherfucker. Know what sucks about jail or prison? Half the motherfuckers in there again. Half of them are fucking gay, straight up, dude. They pretend like they're doing all this shit. It's not a good place, dude. It's hell on earth.
Yeah, I could very much see that prison, because I don't know how long the jail thing, how long people are in there normally. I know prison is more for the football years and all that stuff, so they could get turned out. The jail system, like, yeah, people are going in and out of there, so I don't know if they even have time to go down like that. But I can imagine that's true. But anyway, so yeah, and I was upset that they wouldn't do anything, and I felt like it was a double standard. I felt like it was if like a dude that said something like that to a female, they would have been right on it. So I was really upset, and then so what I did, just angry, like I wrote up this whole like 5-page email saying about how I feel like this is the fucked up, and how, you know, this isn't right, and this is I feel like this is discrimination. I feel like just discriminating against because I'm a male, a heterosexual male, and because it was a black dude, so there's no race card. I was saying this is just because I'm a heterosexual male, and like that thing in California schools and California period, they are so pro LGBT that it's like they expect you to kind of roll over. That's what I felt like. They felt like I was gonna be comfortable with that and just be okay with this dude saying stuff like that to me, and I'm just gonna let it go. So I wrote all that stuff, all my thoughts. I put in an email, and then I even mentioned, because what happened about like 2 semesters earlier, they had like some kind of virus in the food or something, or the dining hall was shut down for about, I would say, 2 weeks, because they had some kind of virus going around, stomach virus, and it affected me too, and I had to go to the hospital, and they told me that I had like some kind of stomach virus and everything like that, and I put all that stuff in that email. Like I was like, you know what? I was like, in addition to this whole thing with this gay guy, they had this thing with the stomach virus and where a lot of students were sick and everything. So I put all that in an email, and then I sent it out, and I sent it to every one of I sent it to the president of the school. I sent it to all the authorities of housing. I sent it to different authorities of the Cal State University system. I sent it out to I even sent it out to like certain news outlets and stuff.
God, you told it. He tried to. Nigga, try to.
Bro, you about to get major cancer.
You was on the Charleston White side of the game. You was tattletelling.
I was like, no, I was so
no, yeah. No. He asked me to suck his dick, and he had some money, but no.
Hey, how long was you in the room with him though? Like, how long did y'all stay together in the room though?
Before that happened, like I would say,
yeah,
it was like, I would say, maybe about a month or 2. Like,
okay,
yeah.
So why was he so comfortable asking you that?
I guess because I just, you know, you see me, I say what's up before. I don't know. Maybe because he feel like, okay,
don't try to play my man like that, Jay.
No, because I want to say, couldn't you handle it a different way though? Because you went extreme, bro. Like what? Like after he did that, when y'all like beefing or something after that?
No. It was respectful up to that point. Even after, you know, he didn't know I was gonna go ahead and pretty much report him to everybody that I knew, you know. So,
because if I was you, I would have just said, hey, bro, just give me the $200 so I don't do this.
Wait, what about reporting everyone?
What you guys said?
You said something about reporting everyone you ever knew. Like, can you elaborate on that?
Oh no, I reported him to everybody. So like I said, when I forwarded, all you have to do when you send something out in an email,
What did you report him for?
I reported him for, I guess you call it sexual harassment, but
How did he sexually harass you?
he he
Jojo, the
he,
nigga
he
asked
off.
He tried to bop him
Jojo.
up. He wanted to bop him up.
Nigga was trying to turn him out. What you mean, Jojo?
I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry that
No, I
happened.
hate to
Forgive
repeat
me,
it
bro.
too,
I
man.
was just like wondering like what
I
was
feel like
actually going on, man.
because he knew that I was heterosexual, and he still, what do you call it?
Proposition.
He
What
threw
you
a
say?
pass
The
at you.
nigga
He
was
threw a
out of
pass at you.
pocket.
And you were locked up with him. You were locked up with him.
No. This was at the student housing at a university. I haven't
Oh,
gotten
so
this
you
yet.
could have got away from them though. Like you don't need to have anyone like talking to you that way. Like you're not forced
No,
in
I
that
could. Yeah, no,
situation.
I
Roommate
asked.
though, dude.
I
I
asked
think
him.
you
Yeah, it's my
don't
roommate.
trust
Yeah, I
this
asked him
situation.
to put me somewhere else, and he wouldn't do it. That's why I sent out that email, right? So when I did that, then all of a sudden the next day, the housing authority lady, she called me in, and she told me that, she said, like, why'd you do this? And I said, because you weren't trying to separate me and give me my own room. And she said, well, oh, you didn't give us time. And I told you, I said, no, what you said is that you wouldn't be able to do anything. You wanted me to stay there until the end of the semester. So I was like, I felt like this is the only thing I could do. And she said, well, this wasn't the right way to go about it. And we're going to
All right,
proceed.
so I have one question. Who's the bitch that was telling you that how to feel about it's not right for you
Yeah.
to or you have to stay there? I
Her
feel
name,
like that's a drop on their part. Like I feel like that's
right.
fucked up.
No,
Because
yeah,
it's like if I have a problem with someone here, if two people can't get along, then two people can't get along. You know what I mean?
yeah, no. She was the president. I think her official title was like president of housing, or the head coordinator of housing, or something like that. She was the lady at the very, very
Bro, like
top.
she was a black bitch.
No, she was a white lady.
Oh,
Her name was
okay.
Rebecca something. I already forgot her last name.
That's mammy behavior. I was gonna say.
No, yeah. So I was just upset. So like I said, that email was, so she was upset because she would have preferred that I just sent her the email, or send like just the housing people, because I added like news outlets, like I put it like CNN and Fox News. And I was just trying to let everybody know. Not only, and I think what she was upset about was not just the whole thing between me and the gay dude, but because of the stomach virus thing that I reported, because I thought maybe they were trying to keep that under wraps, but I was just like, I was upset about that too, because I couldn't work
I have
out.
a question. I have a question. So how did the gay dude react to the stomach virus? The virus or the stomach one? Like how did
Well,
he react?
no, I didn't know him at that time, so I don't know if he was one of the students that, because like I said, it was several students, and I didn't even know all this. I didn't know a few, but I don't know if he was one of them. This was the stomach virus. Like I said, happened about like maybe a semester or two before I was roomed up with him. But it was still the same. Everything was all this, like all the students were still there. All the housing authorities, everybody was there. That was part of that was at the school for the stomach virus. Were there when the incident between me and when that gay guy propositioned me. That's what I was looking for. Propositioned me for $200. So next thing you know, the housing told me, they sent me letters or emails saying that I missed some rent payment, and if I don't make the payment in 3 days, I'll be evicted.
Wow.
So yeah, so I was able to, I wasn't even working, but I was able to kind of like scrape up some money, and put it together, and I gave them. I think it was like maybe around like $1,500. So I gave them the money. Boom, I'm good with that. Next thing you know, the next day I sent another email saying that you have like violated one of the rules about not causing like a distraction or something like that, and you're being evicted from housing. And this is before the semester was over. So they they called that email that I sent out. They called it like causing a disruption. That's the word. They consider it a disruption. So I sent the email to the lady saying, okay, if that was the case, then why'd you ask me for that $1,500 of the rent? If you knew all along you were just going to kick me out for causing a quote unquote disruption, why not? Why'd you do that whole 3-day eviction thing for the rent? And she didn't respond to that email. So I told her, I said, you know what? I'm not cool with you taking that money. Return that money to me, and I'll leave as soon as possible. And again, she ignored me, so I was upset. And so basically, when it was time to leave, so the semester continued. They let me stay in there until the time of my agreement was up, and it was like a week or two later, and then I was moving out and then whatever. But I was still so upset that they got that $1,500 from me. So what I decided to do was I'm gonna just run as much of the utilities up as I could.
So you were paying $1,500 a month?
No. They told me that I missed I think
$1,500? That's a
yeah,
lot of
it
money.
wasn't $1,500 a month. It was like they told me they just made up some shit about maybe they said I missed like 2 payments or 3 payments or something like just out of nowhere. And then I just said fuck it, and I just gave them that $1,500. But anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna use up all you
3 payments for what? Did they say like electricity or something like that?
No, they just said that was just room and board, whatever. Yeah, just being in there, just for
So
you being in there.
didn't you have a rental agreement before that?
Yeah, I had a rental agreement. Yep, I did.
So how much was that? Like a month?
Well, with the whole college thing, they take out the money straight from your from your the student loans that you get. So I think it was like maybe it was like altogether every semester. I think it was around like, if I remember clearly, maybe like $900 or something like that, $800 if I remember clearly.
But you got to at least go to school for that, and you weren't working for that.
Yeah. I was. You mean the money that I was paying? Yeah, that came from student loans. So yeah, but that was like, but then the money, the $1,500 that they asked for, that came out of my pocket straight because they were saying that if I didn't pay that, they were going to kick me out. So I was saying, so I was upset, and I was like, I'm gonna use up as much utilities as possible before I have to move out of here. So the last day, I turned on all the water in the kitchen, all the water in the bathroom, the shower. I turned up the heater, and then this is the part I messed. So I was like, I'm gonna see if I can turn up the gas on the stove to see if I can use a bunch of the gas.
Bro, no, you did not. You did not turn the gas on.
Premium nigga shit.
Premium
nigga shit right here.
So I was like, I just want to use up. I'm gonna get that $1,500 in blood. I'm gonna use the utilities. I'm gonna get that.
I'll be like, motherfucker, I'll burn this shit to the ground.
No. I wasn't trying to burn it down or anything like that. I was just trying to use up as much of the amenities as utilities as possible.
I feel you 100.
Yeah. So I didn't like clog up the sink or anything so it could flood or anything. I for the water. I just wanted the water to run straight down through the drain. Just waste the water. So I get that $1,500.
Did you just run the faucet like overnight? You just turned it on and just left it on, or what?
Yes, sir. Until I left. When I left, it was all still running. Like all the water was still running. I had moved all my stuff, and all the water was still running. And then with the stove thing, so I turned it so that the gas would leak out of all four. They had like 4 knobs. So all the 4,
bro, you trying to kill somebody, dog?
No, I was the only one there, right?
So we got into the hallway, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it wasn't. It wasn't like one of it wasn't one of those apartments, but it can leak out. It can leak outside for sure, or it can leak through the cracks in the wall, I guess.
This nigga's crazy.
I just want to know the whole plan. Like, I love this so much.
So I moved out, right, and then so I go by my. So that was December. That was like December. December.
Hey, 18th. This is all allegedly.
All allegedly, yeah. December 18th, 2018. So I leave. I pack out of there. I'm gone. I'm chilling. Right, so that's December 18th, 2018. So it's funny, it's strange because then a few months later, Nipsey Hussle dies. That was like March 31st, 2019. And I'm good, right? So now it's been 3 months since I left out of there. A week later, not a week later after Nipsey Hussle, that Thursday. So Nipsey Hussle was killed March 31st, 2019 on a Sunday. That Thursday, I'm driving around. And the cops pulled me over, and I didn't have a license. I had a license plate on my back seat, but I was waiting for to get a special design for my license plate, so I didn't put it on the back of my car, but it was on my back seat. So they pulled me over. They told me I don't have a license plate showing, And then they said they didn't want to run my name through all that stuff. And it's funny because the lady wanted to run my name, and the guy was like, "Nah, he has his license plate right there on the back seat. Don't worry, let's just let him go." She's like, "No, let's just make sure." So then they ran my name, and they found out that I had a warrant for my arrest. And I thought it was a mistake. I thought like, oh, this is what you call it, racial profiling and all that stuff. So they arrest me, told me, yeah, you have and I explained, I said, I don't know what you're talking about. They asked me, do you think you have somebody that has your ID or something like that? I was like, no. So they told me they have to arrest me right there and then because I had a warrant outstanding, a warrant for my arrest. And I had no idea what they were talking about. So they handcuffed me, take me to the holding cell in Southwest Division, and I'm in I'm in there, and I'm trying to ask them what is the details, and they said they can't tell me right now, whatever. So then they took.
Okay, so the warrant they have for your arrest, did they end up taking you in on that, and that's how
Yeah.
you had the rest of the story that you were just telling?
Well, that's why I was gonna tell you. So when they told me why I was being arrested, later on, I forgot exactly when they told me I was being arrested for attempted
arson.
Arson, yeah, attempted arson, yeah.
I know how that feels. It'll be okay.
And that's when it clicked. I was like, "Oh snap!" So that whole thing with the gas leaking, they thought I was trying to burn the whole thing down. So,
I would have thought the same shit.
No, say no more. Hey, homie, say no more. Don't even talk about all that. That's all good.
You could have caught a hate crime too. You could have tried to kill that faggot ass nigga.
No. The thing is, he moved out when I left. I forgot to mention that when I sent that email out to everybody, and I even have put his name on there, so it went to him too, so he could see what I was doing. He moved out on it because he thought I was that upset. Like he thought like he was all this dude was really upset. It's kind of dangerous. This guy after what he sent this 5-6 page email to all these people. So he moved out like a day after I sent that email out. So for about a week or a week and a half, I had the apartment to myself. So so I was the only one in there. Now, so when I did that day before I moved out, it was just nobody was in the apartment. So but they told me what happened was 4 hours later, the RA came in there and he smelled the gas and he looked around. He saw that the gas things were turned, the waters were running and stuff like that. So they assumed that I was trying to burn down the entire building. So I was arrested for attempted arson, and which carries like a penalty of like I think imagine like 3 years in prison or something like that.
I feel you. You know what? I know how it feels to be accused of arson. It's not cool, man. I totally agree, dude.
Yeah.
And, how long ago was that? Hopefully a long time ago. You could get it expunged off your record, because I'll be even honest with you. I had an arson charge before, and I got expunged off my record like years ago.
No. So what happened was, so I went to jail. So I went to it's called the Twin Towers. They have you there for a minute, then they send you to Wayside. And then but I wasn't in there for that long. I was only
How was it called the Twin Towers? Like, what do you mean? Were you in New York?
No, there's no, sorry. They call it Twin Towers over here in LA because they have a north and a south tower of where they keep all the men in jail before they send you to Wayside, which is where LA County, where you stay there.
Right, you never want to be locked up in LA. California. I lived most of my life in California. I've been locked up over there.
Yeah. So I mean, and then, but so then finally, my family, you can't even bail yourself out. I had the money to bail myself out. I could have came out a lot sooner, but my family didn't know how to bail me out. But eventually, they bailed me out, whatever. And then, so I was going to court like for the next 2 years, from 2019 to 2021, the end of 2021. And the reason why it took so long is because of the pandemic. Because the pandemic happened in between all that stuff. And and then eventually in court, they said if I just did like anger management and do some community service, they'll have it they'll consider no contest or whatever, because they was like, you have a clean record, this is your first time, and it doesn't even look like you were trying to intentionally burn down the building or whatever, so we'll get a no contest. So that's what pretty much happened. And but like I said, so yeah, as far as the jail experience, like I said, as soon as you walk in, they had everything's divided by race. They have all the white Aryans or whatever in one group. They have Mexicans, they call the homies in one group, and then the black dudes all in another group. But one thing I know is that the black crew will accept the people who don't have a big numbers, like the Asians and Indian people. They'll come to them. And what I mean by your accepting to your group is that they have certain areas in the dorms, in the jails, where you can walk. If you're a Mexican, you can walk over here. If you're a black dude, you walk over here. A white dude, walk over here. You can only use certain tables to eat and stuff like that, depending on what race you are. I noticed there were some fine females, like the security, like the jail guards, the female, like they had really good looking female jail guards in there.
Talking about like the correctional officers, I guess you would call them that. Yeah, like they had young, good looking. I was like, why would you guys have very good looking female correctional officers working as the guards in your jails or whatever? But it's whatever. Them bitches ain't shit. They looking for a husband, nigga. You ever see Love After Lockdown and all them weird ass shit?
Yeah, I've heard of those.
They looking for a nigga to hold down.
I just didn't feel. I was like, if it's just crazy. Cause I would think they would have like male guards, like working with the the male inmates, but they had these female guards, and like a few, like they had mostly female correctional officers in there, and then a few male ones. But it was like now we talk about the 9 to 5 wage slavery. That slavery, when you go to jail, I mean, they tell you when to go to sleep, they tell you when to wake up, they tell you when to eat, they tell you to those dudes in there that would never, like, there's some dudes in there that would I'm talking about the guards that would never, male guards that would never talk to me the way they were outside as they were talking to me in there, as far as like trying to like punk you or stuff like that. The food, obviously the food was garbage, the food was trash, the water was, you drinking off the water out of the faucet. They didn't give you any kind of bottled water, any kind of clean water. It's water out of the faucet. The restrooms are right there where you don't have a door on the stalls, but the restrooms right there where only like 2 toilets, and you gotta, like, if you have a towel or something, you could kind of cover the stalls to kind of give you some privacy. One shower that, but where they have they create some kind of curtain with like the stuff they have. Like the things in there that's important was like the ramen noodle soups. And it's funny because I had $50 of cash. That's one thing what made me feel like you should in a society where everybody's doing with cards and all that, and you have your cards on your phone, like with the Apple Pay. It made me feel like I'm glad I had like $50 in my wallet, because when they lock you up, they confiscate everything from you. They put any kind of cash they have any kind of cash you have on you, they put that on your books, which means that's money that you could use to buy things like toothbrushes and like little candy bars or ramen noodle soups and all that stuff. And then I remember when they give you like some kind of piece of paper with all that stuff on there, and you have to mark it what you want and how much you want to use out of the money on your books and whatever. And the paper already had how much you had on your books, so it said $50. So and I remember I got a bunch of stuff, and then they told me like I said, about like almost like a week and a half later, it's like, okay, you're being like bailed out or whatever. And I still had all that stuff, and I gave it out to people. I mostly gave it to so like they said, like there's a leader of the black crew, there's a leader of the Mexican crew, there's a leader of the white crew. And the black dude, though, he's like, everybody kind of gave him that respect. It wasn't even that old either. He looked like he could have been, at most, he could have been like 35 maybe, or maybe 40. He looked young. And and it was, everybody in there was cool. It's funny because I remember I met this one Belizean dude. He was a Crip, and he was real cool with me too. And they had a Mexican that's part of their crew. He was a Crip, and he had all these tattoos on his face. And this dude looked like he could have been not much older than maybe like 20 years old. But what I think I came to find out is that the black dudes, they knew his sister. So I'm thinking they probably was banging his sister or something like that, and then he's part of the crew like that. But and then I did see a fight, but it wasn't in my dorm. It was a fight in another dorm, and they came in when they saw these 2 people fighting. Actually it was like 3 or 4 people beating up on one guy, at the door, and they told me that this is how to get people to make sure to get. If they don't want somebody in their dorm, they'll beat them up at near the door of the exit of the dorm to kind of let the police come and get them out immediately, and they want you to see that he's getting beat up so that you know that they don't. If you put him back in here, the same is going to happen. So yeah, I saw that, and you know, and it's funny because the women came in first with the pepper spray and stuff, and you know, and they got the dude out, and then they did move. So at first they put me in the maximum security dorm where it's like the people who's probably murdered people and all that stuff. And after like 3 or 4 days, they moved me to like a more chill spot where it's not maximum security, it's minimum security, I think. And they had older people there who's been there for a minute. And then I remember, like, you know, and they had this Asian dude and this Mexican dude. You know, they kind of gave me some game on how to do things in there, and you know, because their bunks were by my.
Wait. So you got the Mexican dude tried to recruit you?
No. It was an old. So like I said, it was in the second dorm that they moved me to. Like it was minimum, so it was like more chill. Like the rules weren't that strict as far as Black people over here, Mexicans over here, white people over here. It wasn't that strict. It was kind of like there was still that kind of division, but it wasn't as bad as the first one with the maximum security people.
Yeah. So did they divide you or did you divide yourself into a division right when you got there? Like, did you have like people that had your back?
Yeah. As soon as the doors opened and I walked in, like the leader of the Black crew was like, "Come here." He's like, "Let me let you know what's going on here." So, and then I saw that the Mexicans did it for the Mexicans and the white dudes did it for the white dudes. And like I said, there was an Indian dude, he didn't have anybody in there, and there was an Asian, like a Oriental dude, he didn't have anybody in there. And the black leader like told him, "Hey, you know, you'll be with us." And then so that's how that went. So eventually, you know, so I just, and then they put me on. I was part of the kitchen staff, the people that were serving the food eventually. So, and that was kind of cool because you get to leave your dorm and you get to stand in a little line, and you serve food. Like a plate passes by you, and if you're in charge, like let's say you the mashed potatoes, like I probably have like a spoon, and I'll put a mashed potato when a plate comes in front of me, and then it'll pass after I put the mashed potato, and then go to the next guy, so you can put like corn or whatever, or chicken or whatever, and then then you get to actually get some food for yourself after that. So it's like, this is like, I think they did that to me because like I said, I had a clean record up until that point. So they eventually put me in a more chill dorm that wasn't as like the maximum security, where it was like more dangerous. So yeah, so eventually I kept doing that for a minute, and they had a TV in there. They don't have any weights. I heard they took out the weights because people were using it as weapons, but eventually there's no weights. It's like a pull-up bar, a dip bar, and there's a certain section where, depending on your race, where you can do push-ups. Like you can't do certain push-ups. You can't do push-ups in certain areas if you're not from that race, you know. So that was going on in there. They did, some of us, they were sneaking, I think, sneak some weed in there, and they learned how to use like the outlet, like the wall outlet, to spark fires and stuff like that, so they can burn it up. And one time they got caught, and they just came and confiscated the weed and the thing they were using to. I think they were using like a hanger or something to get the fire. You know, they figured out a way to do that. And they did this thing called spreads, where they mix, like they try to make it like it's like almost like a family meal, where they put ramen. They get a bag of chips, a big bag of chips. They put ramen. They heat the ramen noodles up with they have like a water and they have like a little, not a kettle, like kind of like a kettle, and they can heat the noodles up for the ramen noodles. They put it into the chips. They put it like they put some kind of sauce. They shake it up, and then they put it on a bunch of napkins and stuff. So, and everybody would come and eat together, you know. They call it a spread. So man, yeah, I did that for a minute, and then eventually I got bailed out, and then I was going to court for, like I said, 2 years. And then that, like I said, they had me do like community service. And
Hold on, how long was you in there for, like the actual facility?
I like altogether, I said I didn't spend more than 2 weeks there altogether, so I wasn't even there that long. It was like it wasn't even a full month.
But
So
I'm saying, did it feel longer than it was, or
uh the first I would say the first 4 or 5 days it felt if I because you lose track of time. You don't have anything to tell time, no clocks, no phones. You just don't even know what time it is. You don't know what day it is. They do have newspapers, so that's how you can know what day it is and stuff like that. But you never know, you don't know what time it is unless they tell you. Sometimes you can ask the guard or whatever and they'll tell you. But yeah, you just kind of lose track of time. It's like, kind of like when people say they go to Vegas and there's no clocks anywhere. It's like you don't know what time it is. You kind of lose track. So at first, when you first got in there, you have a sense of time because you just had your phone a few hours ago, whatever. But after like 2 days or so, you lose track of time because you don't know what time it is anymore. They did have a TV, and there was one time they were playing like they was trying to play Nipsey Hussle stuff, and then they turned into like I forgot what they like put news on or something. That it's like depends on like if they're cool with you and they're cool with your dorm, they might let you control the TV. If they're not, then they'll just put on something that they know nobody wants to watch. And so that was that. But yeah, I saw.
it wasn't some niggas Netflixing and chilling in there?
Nah, nothing like that. I didn't even see anybody with a cell phone. So because I think I'm sure in prison they figure out a way to get all that stuff, but in jail there was nobody was in there, and I think everybody was just trying to get out. So eventually, like I said, I got bailed out. It's great. It's crazy because one of the homies in there, like I was cool with them. He got out later, and we exchanged numbers when we were in there. And he lives somewhere in L.A. and we met up actually. And I thought he was trying to, because I told him I was like, I thought he was going to be trying to go straight, like try to, just try to live like clean or whatever. And come to find out, dude was trying to get me to sell crack and everything. Like he was trying to. I see why he was a repeat offender, and why he keeps going back in there. So at one point I blocked my number because I was like, my homies, because the homies that I grew up with was like, man, when are you gonna cut this guy off? Because he's obviously not trying to. He's trying to get you to go back in there with him, and so eventually, yeah, I blocked his number, whatever. And then, like I said, so I was just going through the whole court thing. And the court thing, I don't know if you guys have been in court, when you have a public defender, you go in there. My thing was I would go in there, barely say a word. They would say, "Do you understand?" I would say yes. And I can't, and a lot, like I said, it was extended. It was extended because of the pandemic. Even the prosecutor, she was an old lady, she retired in the middle of our case. So a new prosecutor had to take over the case, and they pretty much had to start all over again. So that's why I ended up being there in that whole thing for 2 years, just meeting up every month, every 2 months. And I remember my attorney would tell me, listen, if you get found guilty, you end up going to prison for 3 years. Or if you plead to this, it could be this, all that crazy stuff. And I was like, nah, I told him I'm not pleading to anything because I didn't, I didn't do anything. I wasn't trying to burn down a whole building or whatever. And I remember it's funny because, like I said, the first prosecutor, she was cool, old white lady. But then when she retired, a young black lady came in there, and she was the new prosecutor, a young black lady, and she added stuff to my charge. And what I mean by added was like
That's fucked up. Fuck that.
Yeah, at first
Fuck
it was just
that,
gonna
bro.
be you try to blow it up by leaking gas out of the
Fuck a
out of the
stupid hoe
stove.
trying to add to the charge. I'll fuck that bitch up, bro.
What
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, and she did, she added an extra charge of that she said that I try to use the gas to interact with the refrigerator to turn the refrigerator into a bomb, and that got put on as extra charge. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
That's terroristic
yeah,
threat.
and that
That's federal, bro. They
right,
was trying to send you to the feds.
yeah, because then
How do you
Damn.
hold on. How do you turn a refrigerator into a bomb? What the fuck?
God, that's
I
some
believe
new shit.
I never heard of that shit before.
they're
That's
saying
Damn.
that,
some new
yeah,
shit.
they're saying that the gas can interact with with the plug that's in the
Where do
wall.
you get the refrigerator though, bro? Like
Yeah,
honestly, where do you get the refrigerator to make like I never heard of that shit. I'm not even gonna repeat what you just said, but
no. I think they could just if they could just assume things. They could just add it on, and just it's no big deal. And then that then becomes attempted murder if they can get that. If they could get you found guilty on trying to turn a refrigerator into a bomb, so that adds on to the penalty of what would happen if you were found guilty, and that would add on years to what you could get if you were found guilty and all that stuff. But it, as time went on, and they started then I got another defender because my public defender, he said that he had to move on to a different case, so he had to transfer my information to another public defender. So my first public defender was an Armenian guy. Then my second one was a black dude, and so I didn't really get to meet the black dude. But anyway, so what happened was that they said, yeah, if you just do these, we've got a deal where if you could plead get a no contest if you go do anger management, you do anger management, and you do community service, and you have to pay any kind of damage that was caused at the student housing. And they told, and I found out, I said, how much is it? And they told me it was only $125 because they had to rehang the smoke detector. And that's another thing. Because when they saw that the smoke detector was removed from the wall and they saw that the gas and all that stuff, they said, "Oh, this guy's trying to blow it up." But what happened was that the microwave that I was using, it was damaged, and I reported it too. So what happens is that when you will put, let's say you put something on for 1 minute, the digital display wouldn't show you, like, it would look like you put 1 minute, but what I really put was 1 hour. So one time I was trying to like warm up like a burger, and I thought I put it for 1 minute, and I put it for 1 hour. I came out of the room, it was on fire a little bit.
First of all, ain't no fire a little bit, my nigga. Like it's
yeah.
It's a little bit of
the burger and all that stuff. Yeah, it was like a little fire inside the microwave. So I had to, and it like damaged the inside of the microwave. And it was like, this was like around 11 o'clock at night, and so the alarm was going off crazy. So I just, and there's so much smoke that even when I pressed the button, it wouldn't turn off. So I had to detach it from the wall. So yeah.
Hey, armchair. What's that X-Men that's with the fire? What's
Pyro?
That's this nigga right here, man.
Yeah. So basically, after all that stuff, and then so I paid $125 easily to take care of any kind of, to rehang their little smoke detectors or whatever. And then I didn't clean up the place, obviously. I was so upset, So they said, oh, you left the place like dirty or whatever, so we have to clean it up. And then that's it, man. And then they gave me a no contest, and then I was free after 2 years, and so I wanted to finish up and get my degree or whatever, and then the school was giving me issues because they didn't know if I was clear if I took care of everything legally with the police. I had to show them proof of all of that stuff, and then the school wanted me, before they let me, because they wouldn't let me register for classes. They said you have to fulfill certain things for us too before we let you get back into our school or whatever, So I had to do another anger management thing for them, and I think that's the only thing they wanted me to do. I think
the most fucked up thing about this whole story, bro. And I'm glad they didn't try to fucking ruin your life, dude.
Yeah.
But you did the right thing, bro. You went to the proper people you were supposed to go. They didn't do their fucking job. So then you did what you had to do. You went further, and then they did some gang stalking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Where they said, okay, you don't, they fucked up, but now they got to counter you exposing them. Now they gotta save face. So it's like, this is what I'm saying. This is the type of shit I deal with all the time, where you do what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You got a grown man trying to like come on to you and shit, and you could lay his shit the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? You could break this dude's jaw, but you choose not to.
Right.
So I get what you're saying. You did what you're supposed to do. And bro, you could have got some money off of that, bro. I feel like, you could have got some money off of that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's what people were telling me after. They were telling me like, oh, you could have.
That's a lawsuit, bro.
Yeah, the discrimination of how they didn't.
It's a lawsuit,
they
but
didn't protect
Cali
you
ain't gonna go your way because they were always on board with the Rainbow Coalition.
Yeah, exactly. That's another
Rainbow Coalition.
She told me the authority over the housing. She said that they're a protected community. So you even like letting people know that he said this to you is kind of like you're shaming him for being a LGBT person. That's what she kind of told me. And that's why I was like, you know what, so when they got that $1,500 off of me too.
Yeah.
So, but the worst part is that the 3 years of my life, because I couldn't get a job because I lost my job because I didn't show up for 1 week when they had me when I was in locked up. I didn't show up for that time for work. So even when I got bailed out, they told me that you missed too much time, so you can't get your job. And then I'm going to court every month for about 2-3 years.
Wow.
And yeah, so I couldn't get a job. So it really, I do feel like 3 years of my life was taken away. All these 3 years of my life was taken away, and with the pandemic, kind of made it longer. So so I'm still in the process of just kind of. I finally got a job eventually, but I'm still in the process of really trying to recover from all that stuff,
But that's why they say once you in the system, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
stuck. You might be stuck.
Yeah.
Because they play games like that, man. And they want you to crash out. Let's have a real conversation. They want you to crash out, bro.
Definitely, yeah. And that was a way for them to get me back for that email, because I think that they didn't. I don't think they really believed that I was really trying to burn the whole place down. I mean, because like, why would you try to burn something down and put the water on the same time? It's like kind of like you feel like you're going against yourself, because there's water and there's fire. The fire eventually, I mean, I didn't flood anywhere, but
yeah, they got some get back with you. Like they was playing chess with you. Like they was like you was playing chess, but they was like, oh, really? See, what you did is you fronted your move by doing all of that, or trying to run the bill up, because you could have did what they said. So they pressed the issue on your ass just because of what you did in the first place. You put them on blast.
My thing is like, how did they know the other dude, your roommate, didn't do that?
Remember he moved out a day after the email, so it was just me for about a week, maybe 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah,
and I would have set that nigga up, bro. You should have set that nigga up. That's what you fucked up.
Yeah, and there's a camera on you when you come into the front gate of the whole, because student housing, but it looks like an apartment. When you come to the front gate, there's a camera, so they saw the camera. The camera shows me moving my stuff out, going back and forth between my room and the front gate, just back and forth between my car, because I was going back and forth between the car. So they have a camera, and so the camera can see that nobody else went inside that apartment for that 4 hours after I left, and when the RA came in 4 hours later, nobody came in there, and they sent me the video, and I looked at it myself.
Yeah, that had to be an eerie feeling watching that video, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy, because I was like, you couldn't tell. I mean, and I even thought that I left the door open, because usually a lot of times when I move out of like
oh shit.
No, I don't. No, because they had it's like a I don't know what like a gated community, but it's gated, so it's like all these people come in. So when it's the last day of school, or and you're moving out, sometimes I might not even lock the door. I just leave it open. So, but they showed that they said that I locked it, which means that like it wasn't like I was like trying to let any air out. Because I didn't know if I let the door cracked open, but those are the kind of doors that close automatically because they have like a spring on them. So
he was punished for refusing homo sex in Cali.
Well, I mean, I don't understand the whole thing with the gas. Maybe you were so angry, but I don't understand the whole thing with why'd you turn the gas on? I understand running the bill with the water, but if the gas just flows in the building free or something? Or
wait, say it again.
How does the gas work? So, like, if the gas is floating in the building, natural gas was just flowing in the building, why would they even think, or what would happen? I don't understand why they thought it was an arson threat. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, for them was just, I guess they were just thinking about the gas, like, if somebody had walked in, like either, I think they said something to me, like if somebody had walked in there and like lit a cigarette up or something like that, and then the lady came in, and then, like I said, the black lady came and put the refrigerator thing in there. But even before that, before she did that, I think they were just saying that if somebody came in there and the place was full of gasoline and they just kind of like turned on something, like, I don't know, like somehow.
What you mean, like get natural gas from a stove that you had arranged with this gas stove, and then you turned it, just let the gas flow.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, I think that was not smart doing that. That was not smart. So, and you're in Cali. So what did you think was going to happen?
I thought they'll go in there and say, "Oh, the gas is on," And
you were. I'm sorry to say, but you were asking for it. The water on, that was cool, but the gas thing, that was
listen,
that was
man.
crazy.
If I'm turning the gas on, I'm finishing the job.
I figured this shit out a long time ago, bro. I know where the gas came from. I know I'm not gonna say anything more. And just he's good. As long as he's fucking out, not dealing with a bunch of bullshit, not dealing with a bunch of ditties, he's good.
Yeah.
We
No,
gonna, we
I
gonna,
was
Oh,
upset.
yeah.
I wasn't even satisfied with that. Like I wanted to do so much more. I'm glad I didn't like cause any like damage to any of their property, but I wanted to, because I was just upset about the 1,500. I wasn't even upset that they were kicking me out. I just feel like that because they thought what they thought was that I wasn't gonna be able to pay that 1,500. So they
That's not
thought like
good.
he's not gonna be able to pay the 1,500. We'll kick him out that way. But when I paid it, then
My
it came some
God,
other
this is
bullshit
why
about
I drink
you
alcohol.
you
This is why I
disrupted.
get drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just upset, and I was just trying to get them back. And it, but the gas thing, like I said, they even said that it was like barely turned on, because I remember when I was testing it, I was like, can I turn it and let the gas come out, and like not even like, so it's not like kind of like, I just wanted to seep out, so there's just like, so that the bill just will run up. I wanted the gas bill and the water bill to just explode, because I was so upset over the 1,500. So that's what they got me for. Yeah, they wouldn't have nothing would have happened if it was just the water. I think unless they would have said like because the water didn't cause any damage. I didn't flood anything. I didn't clog up the sinks. It was but they got me with the gas thing, because they reported to the school police, and the school police reported to LAPD, and then it went from there.
So real quick, cause y'all acting like y'all never had a real nigga moment like Roland, where you just no fucks was given. We're gonna pass it around,
All right.
no Diddy, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Hurricane, you ever had a real nigga moment like that where you just cease to give a fuck?
Oh man. Back in the well, damn. I don't know, because there's a lot of moments. I'm gonna just go with one. I'm gonna just pick one.
Sure.
I was getting into it with my mom. Like, it was just like a regular ass argument.
Yeah.
And one of my sister's friends tried to jump in, and I just flexed. I'm like, it ain't your conversation, bro. You stay your ass in your fucking place. That was it. My uncle, my brothers was there and everything. It was like I think it was my daddy's birthday or something. He came over to chill and shit. And yep, everybody was over. I just flexed his ass.
No, there was no legal type of ramifications or nothing like that.
No.
How's it doing, man? Sounds like a good time.
What about you, Armchair? You ever had a situation like that where you say, I don't give a fuck about the consequences?
I've actually, not since like high school, because like, I just never just go on some, because like, think about, I'd be in Fort Leavenworth if I just didn't give a fuck,
You had to do some shit in high school.
Well, no, all I did was get into a fight for a white boy calling me a nigger to my face, but all I did was shove him, and then they still like the principal paddled me over that, and back in south of Memphis, Tennessee area. So it was just crazy because I had some crazy racist principal back then. But he died a year later of a steroid overdose, and then when I got out of the army, I spit on his grave.
Yeah.
I'm the pettiest man in the world, though. I tried to be smart.
All right, shit, JoJo. Let's hear it, man. With moments you didn't give a fuck, and you said, "Fuck, I don't give a fuck about going to lock me up. I got time today." You there, JoJo? Are they cut your mic off again? We'll give him a second. We'll go to Jay. Jay, you ever crashed out on some illegal shit?
Listen. I've done nothing illegal in my whole entire life. I've always obeyed the system for the purposes of this conversation. There's been nothing interesting in my life. There's been no illegal activity in my life. That's it. I'm just a fucking robot, brainwashed. That's it.
Well, we don't believe you, but go ahead, Jay.
One time I crashed out. This when my first daughter was in the tummy. So I'm like, yeah, I'm about to be a father. I was living in Marietta, Georgia at the time. I was working in Kennesaw, Georgia at Charlie Steakhouse. And I know my wife, she had called. I forgot why she had called. She wasn't my wife at the time, but she had called the job or something. And then I know the dude at work had said something to her, and she told me, and she was just like pissed. And I ran off her energy. Whatever it was, I was just mad because I know she, pregnant. This my first baby and stuff. But
And
I was
that's some
going through
real
some
shit.
shit. And then I was just one of them niggas, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But I rode up on dude at work, and I just, he was an older black guy. He was probably like in his 40s or something. And I'm only like 19, 20. I went up in there. I walked straight up in his face, started talking my shit. He must have said some shit. I told him, I
Jay,
like,
what you
man,
said? Jay, what you?
Are you like 19, 20 right now? Or are you
no, I'm 36.
oh shit. Word. You're older than me, man. That's
But Jay,
what's up,
but Jay,
man.
you was talking some fly shit. What'd you say to him?
Yeah, basically, I was oh yeah, I was popping out whatever I forget what we was talking about. I just know she pregnant and shit, so it was like more emotional. Like don't be talking to her. You address me. You know what I'm saying? It's on some shit like that.
I feel the
And
same
then
way.
our other boss, he was up there already trying to like break it up and trying to get me out of there. But what was in my mind was just taking his head and putting it down on the grill though. And that was like the next step. Like, but I was reckless as fuck. I'm from Gary, Indiana, so I was, and I just moved to Georgia and shit too, so I was really with that shit. Like, man, ain't nobody fucking around like that. And you ain't about to talk to mine, like, and she got the baby, like, you ain't about to stress mine, like, you know what I'm saying? I was on some young, goofy stuff, I ain't gonna lie. But
No,
yeah, I
you're
was crashing
it's
out
like
though.
most
You know what I'm saying?
stressful motherfucker when they have all that pressure on them and be like, hey,
Yeah.
you're gonna fucking
You know
stress
what?
me, you're gonna stress
But
me. I
look,
don't
it
have
was a
time for
little
that
run.
either.
Look,
I got
I had
nothing.
adrenaline going at the time. I guess you know what? We was moving from Georgia. That's what it was. Like we had a lot of stress going on. Cause then I had to return the car, and he said he was gonna give me money back to get the car back. So I turned the car back. So when my sister brought me up there, like we about to be on the road going back to, you know what I'm saying, Indiana and Nebraska type shit, leaving Georgia. And I'm out here trying to get some money.
Right, we
And
all
he
trying
talking
to get
about he ain't
I
gonna
ain't
give me
trying to
no
fuck
money. So
them
I got kind of
motherfuckers.
mad and shit. So
Man.
I motherfucking grabbed this motherfucking ass by his goddamn collar and shit from
Yeah,
over the desk and shit.
yeah.
And my sister had to come up inside there to tell me to stop. And then he had some big black dude in there like, Jeremy, you don't want to go to jail type shit. But I was about to trash
Did
fam.
they
He
come
was
out
an
of jail
Asian dude.
though?
Like,
Did they
you know
come
what I'm
out of
saying? I
jail?
went ballistic. Look, this little 19-year-old motherfucker just grabbing grown ass man
Man, I
over the
fucking
desk,
hate them
like on
nights.
some motherfucking stress. Like I
I
was
feel
really
you,
about
man.
that shit.
I feel
But
you.
that's
I hate
the
them
old
nights.
times. That's like many years ago.
No, actually, I related to your story hella because I have those 19-year-old motherfuckers fucking with me too. I'm 34 years old. I don't have any problem with anyone over 23 years old. Let's just say that. But anyone under 23, especially those 19-year-old motherfuckers, they fuck with me all the time. They're always trying to rob me. They're always trying to scam me. And it's just like enough is enough. Like you motherfuckers are too young to understand the consequences of what you're trying to do right now.
And that's
So I,
real shit because I could have got myself into some real predicaments at that time and age and the shit I was doing.
children get themselves into predicaments. I'm not a fucking child. Like I don't get myself into predicaments like that. I've been there before. Trust me, I've been there before. But it's like not today. I have no beef with anyone, nor would I continue to have beef with anyone. But those 19-year-old motherfuckers, they're wild, man. They kind of need some guidance, but it's not going to be me that helps them. That's for damn sure.
All right, man. Armchair, hop up in here. What you focused on in life right now? What's your main goal you trying to take care of right now?
Well, try and get a new house. Just use VA loan to get a new house right now and get ready for this whatever's they got coming up down the pike. They're gonna bring back the scam again, and I gotta get ready to be like get some. I'm only on 1 acre right now. I gotta get down where I'm like 2-3 acres somewhere. That's what I'm focusing on right now.
All right. Roland, what's your goal right now? What you focused on?
Yeah, my goal right now. So I stay with me and my brother have a place, but I'm trying to get a place on my own. Yeah, I think that's about it right now. I can't even think of anything else I'm trying to do except for get my own place. And I actually think I'm considering a little bit about leaving California. I've been thinking about either Vegas or Texas, but right now, yeah, I'm either gonna get my own place here in Cali or I might just move out of the entire state. But yeah, that's my focus right now.
All right, what about you, Hurricane?
Shoot, my focus right now is stacking up. Um, take care of this house that I just got, and shit. Shoot, yeah. Stack up. Yep. Stack up and prepare for what's to come down the pipeline.
All right, Jojo, what's your goal right now, man? What you trying to take care of?
Pushing back to what homie said before hurricane, like moving out of California is definitely like goal worthy shit. I've done that shit a long time ago, but my goal right now is pretty much like hurricane, just stack money, and then the more money I stack, the better it is. And if I get in the same room as Bill Gates at some point, then allegedly, then whatever happens, happens. So that's it.
You know what's funny? Like we gonna stack this money, and then when we finally get our money right, when we can like look at it, and be like, God
Money,
damn,
Just
money,
say
money
that
ain't gonna
you
ever
know what I'm
be
about to
that.
say, right? As
Yeah,
soon as we be like, God damn, look at all this motherfucking paper, you know what's gonna happen, right?
yeah. They're gonna be. Money is just whatever. That's actually a
something
front. I
always
take that
happens.
back.
It won't even matter anymore. They'll be like,
I
oh,
know, right?
press the button, nigga. That nigga Jojo got too much money. Press the button. Jay, what you focused on right now? Like, what's your most important goal you trying to get out the way?
Uh, well, get out the way is
Because
I'm probably
I know you on your Nick Cannon shit.
trying to get probably about to switch jobs up. I've been managing for a couple of years at this one joint, and I'm probably about to move around. Stuff getting a little stagnant. I don't like to be stagnant. I hate shit that's redundant, and I hate being stagnant. So I can't do that. But then, other than that, my other goals is gaining and obtaining as much knowledge as possible. So I've been studying. Like right now, I'm studying on New Zealand. Right now, just learning that it could have been and still can be considered as an eighth continent because majority of New Zealand is underwater right now. It was a
Damn.
part of the Pangea map layout, and it's a lot of that land that's gone. Some was New Guinea, Australia, and stuff like that, but a lot of it is gone, and most of it is on the New Zealand side, not the Australian side. And what separated is a little bit of volcano crust, and right in between there, that'll let you know it's two different, sets of land. And the New Zealand side has enough ocean, what is it called? The ocean crust or whatever. It got enough of that to be considered a continent.
Damn.
But that's what I got so far. So, now I'm getting into the little folklore and stuff. I'm learning about, they say the Nephilim still living there right now. I know that for the size of New Zealand, it's not a lot of people that live there at all. They said it's like North Dakota and South Dakota, like as many people that live there and how big the states are for how many people live there. That's how New Zealand is right now. So, I'm just getting on a little study about that, but I'm just learning as much as possible right now because knowledge is power.
Yeah.
That's real shit, man. If
There's
anybody,
nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Fucking answer. It was a good answer. Yeah, honestly, I really respected that. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah, what's going on, hopeful Heather? Salute and blessings, peace, family. PC. All right.
Fucking don't turn on me like that. Like that fucking young Pharaoh shit, you. Don't do that young Pharaoh shit on me, man. That'll piss me off.
All right, man. Yo, I appreciate you. You know, I got a lot of respect for everybody on this panel, man. And yeah, man, this was this is one of them ones right here, man. I appreciate everybody for chiming in tonight, man. I got a lot of appreciation for you guys. I'm gonna be for real. And you know, it's an opportunity for me to just come up on here and then let people see what real people actually, you know, sound like, what the frequency is like, man. You know, everybody on this panel, in my opinion, is rare, bro. And I appreciate y'all, man.
Thanks, bro.
All right, y'all. Yeah, likewise. Appreciate it.
Appreciate all y'all.
I appreciate it, man.
Love to everybody.
And shout out to Jay Indy for pulling up. Like I said, I haven't talked to this dude in like 2 years, and he just pulled up. Same thing with Armchair. I haven't talked to Armchair in like a year, so it just show you, like, you know what I'm saying. Real people come back around. You know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
And that's why you got to treat people right, even if you disagree with little stuff. Me and Jay Indy, we had disagreements back in the day. Me and Hurricane might disagree on shit. Me and Arm, you know what I'm saying? But you got to respect each other, bro. And I feel like a lot of these other content creators, bro, they just like the NPCs. They just want to throw you away. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you disagree on some shit, they just want to throw you away. You know what I mean? Y'all want to speak on that? Or
All I'm gonna say is facts. Facts.
That's true.
I'm just tired of that cult energy. You know what I'm saying? Why everything got to be a cult, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, it's crazy. Yeah, some people can't agree to disagree and keep it pushing. You know, it's kind of crazy the way people would just off one disagreement would just cut off all communication. When, you know, there's still more you can learn, that we can still learn from each other even when we disagree. You know what I mean? So I feel you on that, Lowkey.
That's real shit, man. Everybody, yo, bro, even in this, like, kind of the conscious community, truth community, everybody still, it's like they want you to follow, man. That's why I link with people that's leaders. Everybody on this panel is their own leader. I respect leaders, you know what I'm saying? And somebody like Armchair Revolutionary, you know, you could speak to that, bro. I like being next to leaders, captains, sergeants, all of that shit. I don't like it. I don't want to be next to the slaves and shit. Let's have the peasants. Let's have a real conversation. Fuck out my face, bro.
Right.
You know, because I feel like when you rise up through those ranks, and you know, intelligence and information and knowledge come with that. That's the whole point of this shit. I don't fuck with these people that want to be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay was saying, the worst type of person, my enemy, dog, is a stagnant minded motherfucker. That's my enemy.
Tell me.
You feel me? So, man, whenever y'all want to pull up, just reach out to me. You know, and I appreciate all of y'all, bro. For real, man. All right, we gonna get up out of here, man. You know, give it to Hurricane first. Final words, Hurricane.
Final words. Shoot, make sure y'all subscribe to the Hurricane JW. I got Fuck the Government podcast, some music, you know, some reviews, and keep your head up, keep your bread up. You know, salute.
That's real shit. Armchair, final word.
The revolution won't be televised.
Right.
Joe, final word. Adjustment Bureau been riding on this nigga all night,
right.
Bro. Hey, man.
Tell him something, Joe.
If you go to the beginning of this video, they kept cutting his mic off when we was doing our interview. It was insane. It was insane. Jay, we'll come back to you, JoJo. Jay Indy, final words, man. Once again, appreciate.
Bro. Oh yeah, most definitely. Well, I might be posting some more on my channel eventually. I'm trying to get back at it, but I ain't really worried about that. You know, you follow me. You don't. It's gonna get out there whenever I put it out there. But other than that, I just want everybody, peace, love, and abundance. Share as much love as you can every day. Every day, just try to love more. No matter what's going on, just try to love more. We just need more love in the world.
That's real shit. But no, not that Diddy type of love.
Uh,
Not that brother love.
yeah, but yeah, he different type. He extreme love. But I mean, I'm just more like the compassionate heart, love.
Like not that freak off love. Like
the sympathy and the empathy.
You got to party with me sometime. You got to party with me.
Hey yo. Armchair. And Roland, final word. We're gonna get up out of here.
Yeah, and I appreciate everybody on the panel, and I appreciate Lowkey for creating this space. So give a chance for a lot of us to come and speak our minds on certain issues. I appreciate your chat too. And yeah, man, I want to keep my mind open to everybody and what everybody is thinking on certain subjects. And I would appreciate being able to come back here and chop it up with everybody. So appreciate everything.
You more than welcome, fam. Just next time, just chill out on the gum, man, because you was going ham on that gum. You was doing all types of tricks with this nigga Leonard, man. This nigga Leonard in the chat. He said the flavor of your gum was called Diddy-licious.
Yeah, I saw
it. It was a violation. It was a violation. I'd break into that nigga house if I was you and turn his gas on. I'd do something like that. That's what and then just leave.
Gas and water every time.
That's his thing. That's his thing. It's a nigga breaking in your motherfucking houses over here.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Like an evil bruh man and shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's always crazy when you think about it after, but in a moment, it's like, yeah, this is the perfect plan. So
yeah, my final words is Hopeful Heather. Hopeful Heather, are you a conspiracy theorist, bitch? Because I need to know. All right, man. Salute. We'll catch you on the next one.
All right, salute y'all. Salute.
Yep, salute.
Peace.
Peace.
It sound crazy, love. It sound key. They say I'm crazy. They don't faze me. They've been trying to control my mind since a baby. I don't believe anything. Can you blame me? Delusional. How they try and paint me. They say I'm crazy. They don't faze me. They've been trying to control my mind since a baby. I don't believe anything. Can you blame me? Delusional. How they try and pay me. I don't want to work for scraps. They say I'm lazy. I've been trying to free myself from wage slavery. I don't wear name brand. Won't see me at Macy. I've been on a journey trying to find myself lately. I just follow the truth wherever it take me. Bastard, born the son of Stacy. Truth seeker, lies don't intimidate me. Low key, I got enemies in high places. This is hell. I was sent to raise the vibration. We need more gematria taught to the nation. We need land to build community renovation. I never got the vaccine and never been a patient. We need less debating. We need more patience. Wake the fuck up. You asleep in the matrix. Hurricane by my side when the bullets raining. Viva la revolution. It's an invasion. Just some real souls out in droves. No spaceships. They say I'm crazy. I know. They They say I'm crazy. They don't faze me. They've been trying to control my mind since a baby. I don't believe anything. Can you blame me? Delusional. How they try and pay me? I know. I know why you hate me. And it's not because I'm crazy. I know why they hate me.
Covert narcissists have a hard time responding to criticism, even when they're in the wrong.
If it's fuck me, then it's fuck you. If we keep the score, I'm up on you. If it's fuck me, then it's fuck you. You must got a demon or something. Must be possessing or something. I'm in possession of something. Disrespect me again, I'm dumping. Stab me in the back, I knew you was fronting. I just want to tell the truth. You a liar, attention you love it. 99 problems, you became the 100. You need to pray and repent. I had a prayer and a pen. Look at me now, I'm manifesting again. McLaren the Benz. If it's fuck me, then it's fuck you. I'm not playing the fence. To be my therapist, I'm ready to vent. I get nauseous around a narcissist. Tell the people who you really is. Offline, yeah, you really a bitch. Online, you be capping for clicks. Born alone, die alone, fuck your call, fuck a click. To watch you destroy yourself is the only thing left on my bucket list. Ahead of my time, your consciousness is buffering. The speaker of truth has no friends. We'll all be alone in the end. Play the song for an NPC. By the time it go off, they scrolling again. You battling spirits, you losing again. Ignoring every mirror, you looking stupid again. You need validation from a stranger. Make that make sense. I'm enlightened by the creator. That's how I know you ain't shit. Told you to pray, you prayed on my downfall. Ain't that a bitch? My soul ain't for sale, so I'll never be rich. Jealousy, envy, ego, that's what your heart filled with. I don't do arguments, I pull up and slaughter shit. You really don't know me, don't bring out the old me. I hide that side of me from mankind, Mick Foley. You said I'm a fraud, a liar, crazy. Holy, I can turn you to a ghost, baby, but I keep it holy. You must got a demon or something. Must be possessing or something. I'm in possession of something. Disrespect me again, I'm dumping. Stab me in the back, I knew you was fronting. I just want to tell the truth. If it's fuck me, then it's fuck you. If you want war, come through.